Welcome to Simplified Profits. With over 23 years of experience in the stock market, I'm Anthony Calhoun. Just make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave some feedback. Last week in the stock market was really an emotional roller coaster for investors and traders. We had a ton of earnings reports, economic data, geopolitical tensions, you name it. In the market right now, I'm sure a lot of people were in puts and got their butts burned because every little pullback, they're getting bought right up. So keep in mind, if you're in puts and this market drops like crazy, you're going to make a lot of money, but you might be broke before that happens because this market is strong looking. What I'm looking at, it looks like it's starting to form a top, but every time I think that, it busts right through it. So as we look at the week coming up, the question on everyone's mind is, what will be next? Are we going to new highs? Are we going to have the overdue pullback? One thing's for certain. The stock market for the active traders and investors, not for the weak at heart, ladies and gentlemen. It'll give you some gray hair. So let's take a look at SMH, the semiconductor ETF, which has been on fire just since last year. It was up 70% last year. We're up 15% already this year. And I mean, we got in it. It was our first trade of the year. And unfortunately, we got out as it looked weak right here. We got an SOXL. We locked in 13% gain in that little bit of move and left a lot of money on the table. If you take a look, but hey, it happens. I mean, we left 40% of profit on the table. It happens. I was going to say it won't happen again, but it might, because if it looks weak, ladies and gentlemen, and like we're setting double tops or just another high, I'm out. I'm swing trading. Now, I do have long positions, no ride. And we'll take a look at that in a minute. But we actually had a down week. Now, if you look at the weekly chart, it's about time because we've had one heck of a weekly run up. I want to say in SPY it was something like 14 weeks. We only have one red candle. I mean, we'll take a look at that here in a minute. But we had 15 weeks out of 15 weeks in SMH since it was oversold. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our fifth week that's actually red. And the other two weren't really pullbacks. I mean, those were. Let's take a look. I mean, those ain't really great pullbacks, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, none of them hit the oversold. We ain't been oversold since the beginning of January. Prior to that, it was about every other month. As you can see, that's a 1 month. That right there is 1.3 months. And right now, we are on 1.4 months. So we're overdue for an oversold pullback. But this thing, now keep in mind, we got NVIDIA reporting earnings next week. That's going to be huge for the market and could shake, break, or make the market, literally. Like that's what a lot of people are riding on, or chips. A lot of AI, just a lot of speculative type stuff. Don't get me wrong, it ain't really speculative. People need chips, cars, computers, everything we use nowadays need chips. There's a reason to be in the semiconductor sector and be in stocks in the, whether you're buying the whole sector or you're buying individual stocks. You may just be in NVIDIA. You may be in the NVIDIA leverage ETF, which does 1.5% of NVIDIA. You may be in the semiconductor leverage ETF, which is up 20% for the year. Whatever you are in, semiconductors, it's good to find you a couple companies to hold on to the long term because they're going to rip, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why that's up there. It's usually what I keep it on. I don't run an account through here. SPY down 0.34% for the week, up 5% year to date. And we pulled back 0.5% on Friday. Friday, it was if you look at the hourly chart, really the 15-minute chart is what to look at, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're looking for days, how to day trade, I was talking to people, right? Play the next day's options on the 15-minute chart. Okay. If you know how to swing trade on the 15-minute chart, which is honestly what I'm doing in a different account, not the transparent account, just because it almost seems like the daily chart turned into the hourly chart. The hourly chart is turned into the 15-minute chart. I used to swing trade on the daily chart and the hourly chart, but now it seems like the pullbacks I'm waiting for are happening on the daily chart and the 15-minute chart versus the daily and the hourly. It's getting crazy how high the market is. And let's look at the weekly chart on SPY. As I said, that's 15 bars. Last 15 weeks, we got 2 down weeks. That's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at the weekly chart. Rarely that happened back here. The closest time frame I can see that happen was back here, and 18 to 19. So we're due for a pullback. Whether or not we'll get one, I don't know. It does look like a double top, but we're at 5% for the year. SPY did 20% last year. I'm hoping we just trade sideways the whole year and we can swing trade the crap out of this stuff, okay? Dow Jones, I was hoping this would pull back to an oversold last week so we can get some UDOW. I'm just looking for something quick and easy, and I'll give you a trading idea here in a minute, what I'm in right now for a swing trade. But it ain't none of these, I can tell you that. But Dow Jones pulled back 0.14% last week. You can look at the weekly. Once again, this is another 15-week, 2 red week bars. I mean, it's insane, ladies and gentlemen. This market is insane. But you know what? You got to love the game. You got to love the market. If you don't love the market, I don't even know why you're watching this video. Because I do these videos because I love the market. I really don't care what anybody else does, thinks, watches it. I love the market. It's all me and my son talk about. No, I take that back. It's not all we talk about. But he just opened his own brokerage. So he's getting ready to get things trading. I don't know if I want him in this one. This is the trade idea I was telling you about. The uranium ETF. Now here, this isn't just for the spot price. This isn't just for the actual commodity, okay? This is for the miners. Companies like UEC and a lot of companies that are like in Canada, other areas. So the stock charts ain't really going to come up on here. If I could pull up the Canadian version of this company, it would be on there. So really these companies start bouncing from where they're at. I'm hoping to lock in, 12, 13% on this. We'll see. And I'm hoping to lock it in before the market pulls back. So I'm hoping to free up that cash flow I have in there, which I'm going to do a video over the transparent account here in a minute. I'm hoping to free up the funds in there to actually be ready to swing trade the market. So we'll see how that goes. If this is getting close to oversold and I'm only up 5% on this, or I don't take losses, so I'm going to have to be up on it to free up that cash flow. Regardless, we still got cash to play with in the transparent account, and we still have cash flow coming in next Friday. So we'll be ready if the market pulls back, as you should be. You should always have cash on the side for opportunities. And that's what we're looking for. So the Qs, you can see they've pulled back 1.48%, a little more than SMH and really the rest of the market. And they're only up 5% for the year versus the 15%. So the semiconductors have been killing it. I would really like to see one of these hit the oversold position so we can jump in and swing trade the leverage ETF here soon. Right now we're 1.4 months since a pullback. As you can see, that was a buy, even though it didn't hit oversold. Stochastics hit 30. But that was it was 1.4 months. We had a month there, 1.5 months, 1.1 month. So that's the swings we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Hoping to see one here soon. I think we're well overdue. The market, as you can see, I think it might be setting lower highs, but I could be wrong. If you just look at the weekly charts on them all, I mean, they are insane. Take a look at the monthly charts. I mean, look at these monthly charts. They broke out, which we called SMH back here. Literally said if it breaks out of that, we'll hit 200 in no time. And as you can see, we have. So I think it's about time we pull back, maybe pull back to the breakout spot. Let's see 160 in SMH. NVIDIA may do it. Who knows? We may see something happen to bring us back. I think we'll definitely see 160 as a new support area. And probably the breakout point on all these I'll start looking at that for support. But I definitely want to see the daily charts break back to an oversold condition. All right, other than that, I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. I hope no matter what, you make some money next week. I'm about to do a video on the transparent account. We're up, still beating the market. Looking like we should be good in February to hit our goals. Make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications so you can catch that video. It should be out shortly. I'm out.